which was the government at that time. सभापति जी, हमारे वैज्ञानिकों में कभी प्रतिभा की कमी ना थी, योग्यता की कमी ना थी, निष्ठा भी थी, मेहनत करने का जज्बा भी था, आंखों में सपने भी थे, और कुछ ना होते हुए भी कर गुजरने का साहस था। लेकिन अभाव था अनुकूलता का, और वो अभाव अब पूरा हुआ। ये ठीक कहा गया। अब ये जो आंकड़े बताए गए, दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ द हिस्ट्री, आई डोंट थिंक वी हैव टू रिपीट इट, एवरीबडी इज फेमिलियर। वी डोंट इवन नीड अ crorepati question for this. Everybody knows it started in 1962. It began in 1969. You had the ISRO. All that has been given. What is important is that when we started our program in the early and mid 60s, on the one hand, you had Sarabhai, devoid of transport, and on the other hand, you had Soviet Union and United States preparing to land a human being on the surface of moon. So that was the gap, that was the difference, and the distance between the two. And still, this group of young scientists had that courage. Now, what has happened which has led to this quantum leap? Something might have happened. कोई जादू की छड़ी आ गई। हमारे मित्र कह रहे थे कि वैज्ञानिकों को पैसा नहीं दिया जाता, प्रोत्साहन नहीं दिया जाता। उसकी भी मैं बात करूंगा एक एक करके। शायद कुछ एक हाल ही के दस्तावेजों से वो परिचित नहीं है। कुछ तो ऐसा हुआ होगा that we started meeting success now and not then. 3 generations later, इन्होंने कहा कि this is not a military program. ठीक कहा जयराम जी ने, and he complimented for not making it a military program. The question then is, if it was not a military program, then why were the civilians debarred from entering into the premises of Sriharikota and this? You had regimented it. It is for the first time that the gates of Sriharikota have been unlocked in 2020. Who was the Prime Minister at that time? I am not going to say. Because this debate is not around Prime Ministers. Unfortunately, it has been sought to be. No, you made it. You made it a Nehruvian debate. I don't want to go into Nehruvian blunders. I am not going into that at all, because I said, with all honesty, we'll talk in facts, figures, on the basis of evidence. We don't even need to name the Prime Minister. I am not naming anybody. But this happened only in 2020. At the time of launching of Chandrayaan, Chairman Sir, there were thousand media persons right at the site watching it with their naked eye. Somebody tweeted from that side, I don't know whether it was Jairam ji himself, कि what is the difference, क्या बड़ा हो गया. I was that time at that side. The landing had just happened 10 minutes earlier, and the media person confronted me. What do you say? ये आया उनका, वो भी विद्वान है. वो कह रहे हैं कि क्या फर्क पड़ा जो इतना शोर हो रहा. I asked him, when did you come here last? He said, sir, first time. I said, that is the difference. No, this will tell you. बात तो आगे चलेगी. तो ये ट्वीट करने का क्या मतलब था? सुनिए बात को. You'll have to. Now the point is, the common man was debarred from even peeping inside the gates. This will address all that is being said. Now they are saying why they were kept away. You had kept the Space Department behind a veil of secrecy. You had regimented it. You had disallowed it to be synergized with all the stakeholders. You had disallowed to the industry to indulge in this. And that is why the progress got halted. It took us 75 years to reach where we have reached. And that has happened after the quantum leap of the last few years. What has happened? Before 2014, there were 4 startups in space, 4. It is embarrassing to say. Between 2020 and today, there are 150 startups. Earlier ones have already turned into entrepreneurs like Skyroot and others. I'll come to, one of our friends spoke about the science at large, that also I'll come, but let's first celebrate what we are doing. Then it was said, engineering colleges, government engineering colleges, women colleges, this is what Chandrayaan3 was saying. And he was saying, why you celebrate 5 IITs only? Thank God we celebrate. These were created by Nehru. But we have never said that our scientists are only from IITs. Even today, the gentleman I have introduced is not from IIT. None of them. And we have also celebrated women scientists, while Mr. Veera Mutthul is the project director, the joint director is Kalpana. And of course, for Aditya, as T. Shivaji rightly mentioned, Nijar Sharji from Tamil Nadu. Now you have narrated entire history because you think you are addressing a house which hardly reads science, hardly reads space. So you score 1962, this happened, 1969, Sarabhai died. We know all those details. Sarabhai, I can give you even further details, how he died and what happened. He died from a myocardial infarction. There was a conference, he died, he didn't wake up in the morning. Then Satish Dhawan. No, you have spoken. You have spoken. You have spoken. I'm not yielding. What I'm trying to say is, you are trying to narrate a chronology. You are trying to narrate a chronology simply to submerge the facts. I'm coming to that.
Never from the seat like this.
I didn't interrupt.
No, I don't give you floor.
No, I'm not yielding and I didn't
Please
interrupt.
take your seat. Please continue. No. Don't come in defense of Jairam. Jairam is nothing will go on record. Jairam is competent to defend himself.
I am narrating
and if
all.
there will be an occasion,
I am
I'll give
narrating
opportunity.
both what the past governments did as well as this government does. And I'm not naming the prime ministers. Everybody knows Sarabhai passed away unfortunately at the prime of his life. Satish Dhawan stepped in, and of course he had to, for legacy reasons, the headquarter continues to be in Bangalore. Now who knows Satish Dhawan more? Incidentally, he belonged to Jammu and Kashmir, which many of the friends here may not be aware. Nevertheless, that is besides the point. What I'm trying to say is, need not share these facts just to impose ourselves. Let's actually talk about the facts and figures. Now, when you say what is new, and as it was tweeted, the new is the budget itself. I'm going to come to the funding as a whole, but if you see only the government budget, if you see the space